Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to answer this question which a lot of you have, which is how to go about the application process, what kind of documents you need, and the steps you will have to take in order to apply for your masters in USA or Canada. So the MS application process more or less remains the same irrespective of the country you're applying to, right? So it is mostly similar between US, Canada, Germany and stuff like that. So the requirements pretty much remain the same. All right, let's just get into the requirements. So the first thing you will need is an undergraduate degree which has to be of 4 years. So some of the universities also accept if you have a 3-year undergraduate degree. Otherwise you will for most universities you do need to have a 4-year undergraduate degree. If you have done a 3-year degree like a BSc, BCA, you will have to do another year of an undergraduate level course or a graduate level course before you can apply for your MS. Most of my audience and most of you guys watching have done something like a bachelor's of engineering or bachelor's of technology, BTech. So these kind of degrees are 4-year degrees and they're perfectly eligible to apply for masters. So your transcripts basically is an official document that your college or university gives you, which consists of the list of courses you have taken during your undergraduate and what scores you got in those subjects. So this transcript is really important. Almost every university will ask you to provide an official transcript. Some of them might ask you to send the actual physical transcripts to them in a sealed envelope. Otherwise, most of them do well with a scanned copy. So you basically get your transcript from your college or university and then you scan it and basically upload it in your application so the universities can get access to it. Okay, so your undergraduate degree, your transcript and your GPA. This is the first requirement that you will need for your master's application. The second thing is, so you will have to give the GRE and TOEFL. So again, this is the overall general guidelines. It might not apply to every single university and every single program out there, but most programs will need you to take the GRE, which is an exam to test your graduate level aptitude. Your GRE scores will be taken into account and your TOEFL scores basically. You can take IELTS instead of TOEFL, depends on you and the university. Make sure you check the university requirements if they accept IELTS or not. So some universities in US only accept TOEFL. Most universities accept both TOEFL and IELTS. The maximum weightage of your university acceptance is given to your undergraduate GPA and your GRE scores. This is because they want to see that you're consistently a good performer in academics and you can pass the level of difficulty that their master's course has. So your GPA and your GRE is going to be used as a basic filter. If you do not match the expected level of your GPA or GRE, they will not even look at your application. That's the first filter. Okay, so based on your GPA and GRE, you will shortlist the university. So TOEFL comes later. TOEFL is basically an eligibility of whether or not you can understand courses taught in English, right? Nothing more than that. So your TOEFL scores come in later, but before that, your GPA and your GRE are your primary criteria for university shortlisting. So you have your transcripts, you have your GPA, you have your GRE, you have your TOEFL. The next set of documents you require are required for the application process, which are letters of recommendation and SOP. So what happens is when you start the application on the college admissions website, they will ask you to give a name of 3 recommenders. So they will ask you to provide the official contact details of your undergraduate professors or your manager from your internship and stuff. So what you can do is you have to take the official email ID, right? You cannot give the Gmail or Yahoo ID. So you will have a college email address official domain, or else you will have your company official domain. So that email ID has to be given in order to get the recommendation from them. If you don't have that, then some universities also provide a way to physically send the letter of recommendation in a handwritten format. Your recommenders are professors or your manager from your company. They're busy people, right? They have a lot of responsibility. Your recommendation might not be on the top of their priority list. So make sure you start your application process early and send in the names of your recommenders. Of course, before that you explicitly let them know that, sir or madam, I'm going to need a recommendation from you. Is that okay? Once they approve that, you can give their contact details on the website. So the university will mail them asking for a recommendation for you, and they will have to go through that recommendation process on their own. So make sure you let them know before giving their names. Okay. Most professors and managers in India especially will ask you to write the recommendation draft, which they will go over and which they will approve. So that's a good chance for you to, write a good stable recommendation and make sure it supports your SOP, right? So that's an important thing. Okay, so once you have your 3 recommenders on the line, the next thing is SOP. So SOP is basically statement of purpose, right? These universities want to know why you want to come to this university and why you want to pursue this program. why you want to pursue masters, right? It's a big deal because think of it from the university point of view, right? You have a GPA, you have the GRE, many people have that. Why should they take you? What difference do you create in that program? What special thing you bring in that others don't, right? Your SOP is basically your selling point, right? You have to sell yourself to the university that this is me and this is why you should take me in, and this is the value I'll bring in to your university, to your program. Different university applications might call it by different names or might ask this in the form of questions, but the content remains the same, right? So I will make a whole another video in SOP, but for now remember that your SOP is one of the most important essays that you're going to write for your university application. Start early, give it some time, 1 or 2 months, right? Keep drafting it. Once you write it, after 1 week or 2 weeks, you can rewrite it because you get fresher ideas, you get more refined, right? Your way of expressing things gets more refined, so you get better ideas and your SOP can improve over time. So your statement of purpose will be in different formats for different universities. Some might ask you a background document or a motivation document. Some might ask you to break it into essays, like what is your background in this field and what are your future goals after your master's. What is your motivation behind pursuing this master's program? So it can be asked in different ways. Make sure that you articulate your thoughts and you present them in a well-refined way so that the university, the person who is reading your SOP gets to know that this is the person and this is what he has done so far, this is what his motivation is, and this is exactly why he wants to pursue this particular program. How does that program make sense in your life, right? How is it going to help you and how are you going to add value to the university? Alright, so let me quickly recap. The first thing is your undergraduate degree and your transcripts, and your of course your GPA. So that is your undergraduate. Second thing is your GRE scores, then your TOEFL scores, then your letters of recommendation and your SOP. Some universities might also ask you to give a personal statement, which is basically a fraction of your SOP in the form of what is your background and what have you done so far in life, right? Okay, so these are the documents required for your application. After you have these documents aligned, you can start your application process. Basically, you will go to the website of the university you want to apply and you will search for your program, the graduate program, suppose MSCS, right? So you'll choose that program, you'll go to there'll be an option saying apply now. You'll go to that admissions website and you'll create an account. Basically, you give your email ID and go through the verification process. Your application will be created. Okay, so there'll be a lot of lengthy forms that you will have to fill regarding your personal details, your name, address, undergraduate institution and stuff like that. Fill all the details. Then there will be sections where you'll have to upload these documents. So then one by one, once you have these documents that I mentioned, once you have them ready, your application process is going to go very smooth, right? So all the documents are ready. So one by one, you can just upload them. Wherever they ask the transcript, upload the transcript. They ask the motivation, upload the motivation. Then LORs, obviously you'll have to give the contact details of your professors or your manager. So these people are going to send your recommendations. It can take a while, which is expected. The university people know that these people are busy, right? Your application is not top priority for them. So don't worry about that. Just give their names early and finish the rest of your tasks that are on your hand. After uploading all the documents and after verifying all the form details that you submitted, you will have to pay the application fee for these universities. So that application fee may be something like $100. So you'll pay that application fee and that's it, your application is done. Also externally, you will have to send your GRE and TOEFL scores to the university. For this, you will have to go back to the ETS website. You have created a GRE account or you have created a TOEFL account. From there, you have to send your official scores to that particular university. That doesn't involve you, right? You just fill an application on the website and give the details of the university. ETS will send them your official scores. So it is completely verified, right? You're not manipulating anything. ETS is sending your scores directly to the university, which is a must requirement for most of the universities. Alright, so that is the MS application process. It remains the same more or less throughout the world. This is me signing off and I wish you all the best in your application process. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments down below or reach out to me on my Instagram or email, anywhere, right? I'll be glad to answer your questions. Apart from that, if you like this video, like and subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button, feel free. And also share this video with the people whom you think this will help. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching.